What's going on, Knucklehead? She Gaming here with another LEGO Legacy Heroes unbox video for you. And today I'm bringing you the rest of the Imperial Reworks, Private LaTerrible and Elderado Terrible Fortress. And maybe, after these reworks, they won't be so terrible. So, first glance, having seen all of the new kits as well, there's no reason that... there's reason to play LaKoy because he actually does have some synergies with the two new LaKoys. But he would probably never make my 5-man Imperial team. I'm sorry, I feel like you kind of need the two new figures, Gov, Nonsuch, and probably the, Valiant or Lee. I feel like you kind of need that. It's actually going to be hard to pick which 5 to use, but LaKoy just probably will not be usable. But anyway, let's take a look at his buff. Basic got buffed up to 100% damage, 150% damage on a full Imperial team, so that's something kind of cool. His covering fire, 110% damage. They buffed it up 85% chance accuracy. I think it was already 85% chance. For accuracy down 1, they probably should have buffed that up to accuracy down 2 if they want to make him somewhat useful. Same terrible passive that he had. When he gets a debuff, he has a 50% chance to gain skill up. Yay. But there's more. When LaKoy gains skill up, he has a 50% chance to gain crit up too for 2 turns and payback for 2 turns. So guess what? When he gets a debuff, there's a 50-50 chance he gains skill up. And then there's another 50-50 chance he gets these other buffs. This is terrible. He is still Private LaTerrible. And the worst thing is they added a LaKoy tag, because there's 3 LaKoys now, and you're going to see in a future video soon how that LaKoy tag actually plays out. There is a little bit of a synergy going on there, but again, I'm really not a huge... I don't see myself running it. Although he does do a high damage percentage on an all-Imperial team. He's just bad, and you're better off with Gov and Nonsuch. But he's not, if you don't have those figures, even I have pretty much almost every figure in the game. I don't even have Nonsuch unlocked, and my Gov is not usable. I don't think I'm going to be doing much with Imperials, but it is what it is. Let's get to what everybody came here for. Elderado! So we have the Elderado Fortress, and we're just going to take a look at some of the buffs that they gave. So the first ability, Famous Fortress, it's still going to get a 20% skill to Imperial heroes. Yay. Imperial heroes also have their defense increased by 40%. That's a nice buff. So this actually, Valiant again is really, really tanky with Imperials. And all other heroes have their grit increased by 15. That won't really affect the Imperials at all. This is a cool little buff though. At the start of battles, Buccaneers and Ninjago's foes have a 75% chance of being inflicted with attack down 1 for 2 turns. I wish it was 100% of attack down 2, because that would have made this a lot more of a, hey, this is a hard counter to Forbidden Island and to Dojo and, those things. But, the Imperials, I said a long time ago, I said, yeah, they'll probably counter Ninjago. Now, they didn't because they just sucked. But I think they're actually starting to live to their potential. I think they're going to counter Ninjago. Justice for All. At the beginning of a Justice Hero's turn, there's a 40% chance to copy a debuff from one foe to another. 15% bonus chance if the foe is wanted. That ability is kind of useless. But at the start of the battle, Justice Heroes gain 10% speed and 10% attack. So that is going to be Nonsuch, Valiant, and maybe the 2 new LaKoys, because Gov and Lee are not Justice. So that's pretty cool, a little bit of a bonus. Hey, maybe if you wanted to throw in like Officer Primo in there for some unbeknownst reason to me, he's going to get a little bit of that extra speed and attack. And hey, it's only 10%, but anytime you get a little faster and you hit a little harder, it's something nice. Steadfast Loyalty, right? So this is when Governor's health goes below 50%, a random Imperial ally gains payback for 2 turns now. I always liked this ability. When Nonsuch's health goes below 50%, a random Imperial ally gains debuff immunity for 2 turns, right? And this is kind of good because there's also the buff that Valiant gives. I'm going to jump back to that when people go below 50%. So someone with the lowest health is going to gain prepared from Valiant. So when they go below 50%, they'll probably have the lowest health, be able to gain prepared or debuff immunity and payback for 2 turns, and that's pretty cool. So random person gets debuff, random person gets payback, they get prepared. Private LaCoy is also granted these buffs as well. Still, you probably shouldn't play him. I wish they added that the other LaCoys were also granted these buffs, and that would have been sick. And when an Imperial hero's health goes below 50%, all Imperial heroes' health pep increases by 15%. So that's more pep increase for Governor. And basically, if you're going to hit Gov and Nonsuch, who are really going to be the primary damage dealers of the Imperial team, this is going to make you pay for it. And then the last one, the last ability, they didn't change much. They just made it a 45% chance to inflict a debuff for 2 turns. The debuff is based on a target. So whenever they attack, there's a 45% chance they can inflict one of these random debuffs. But, you know, these debuffs, as you can see on the screen, they are not anything that special. I think the set got that... I never thought the set was as bad as everyone made it out to be. I just thought the figures were, and now that they're kind of throwing in some extra synergies, I think this is going to work. Again, I don't see this being as good as a collectible team, but time will tell, you know. Nobody thought collectibles were going to be busted, and they came out, and they're pretty busted. But Spooky, Magisto's Tower, they still have their place in the meta. They still have their viability. So maybe Imperials will be sliding into that as well. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today, Knuckleheads. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notifications, and as always, remember to knuckle up.
We realized as we unraveled our disguise,
GKM Gaming merch is finally here. That's right, we got 3 t-shirts available for you at the merch store. Link is obviously in the description of the video. We got the Clay Top 1. Obviously, you need this, right? Everybody loves Minor Clay. I'm using him in my arena team right now. We've got the new GKM Gaming straight logo right on the chest, right? We got a little side thing going. You got the GKM on the side in gold. We really do that stuff here. Look at this guy. He's just looking like a real Chad. We've got it in a bunch of different colors. And of course, we've got the Jester Go-Go Raids When t-shirt, because Jester Go-Go always wants to know when her raid's coming.